Jessica from Fresno?
It is.
Hi, Jessica. Did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
Some of both, and I'll try and condense this as much as I can. I picked up a case with my youngest child, who is about a year and a half now. Case is being held against us, my husband, which is my oldest kid's stepfather,
Mm-hmm.
and he was not involved in the previous case. All they did was put me up for failure to protect. We never got to have our son, who's paternally to my husband now, come home, yet they removed the child. Besides in the previous case, what they had mentioned was a drug charge, which is now dropped. The whole case for my youngest is now at 2-6, so they're trying to adopt him out.
Mm-hmm.
That went to appeals for state.
Okay.
State has sent me a stay, so they ordered a stay in the case.
That's a good thing.
So our May 5th hearing is going to be, I'm assuming you can confirm this, but I would assume the May 5th hearing, which will be the 2-6 hearing, will just be a update for all the lawyers involved.
Right, an update from the Court of Appeals.
The county court is May 5th.
Okay.
And I have a stay from appeals for that date. I also received a letter stating that appeals wants county to do a letter brief.
Yes.
Giving good cause for the actual reason why the infant has been removed.
Mm-hmm.
I also have the opportunity to do a letter brief as well.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is involved in this in the same steps currently.
Right.
So we both have our they're seeing them as independent cases, however, they're in the same particular they're at the same particular timeline.
Mm-hmm.
They're also appeals is also asking for more transcripts, because during my oral argument at appeals, I pointed out to the judges that their information that they submitted to appeals, county did, was from January of last year. All old information. None of that information had the drop drug charges, or that my husband's currently attending classes, and I have attended all my classes until they removed the referral, which I tried to get back in, but without a referral, no one around here will let me into the classes. As far as doing my letter brief, besides the notes that I did, because this appeal is all me. My lawyer was not helping me at all. He did not want to do anything involving himself in it. Where should I go with this as far as the letter brief? Is there anything in particular I should include? Because their county is now trying to say the reason for adopting out my son is because the lack of contact. So he's it's going to be detrimental to him to come home because of breaking the contact with the foster. Foster and I have a very good relationship. So getting my son back, I have no intent of not letting them see him again. I actually like their family.
Mm-hmm.
Should I include that in the letter brief as well?
Well, you can, but here's the thing. Did the court ask for a letter brief from you and the county, or just the county?
They are forcing the county.
Okay, that
But it
didn't.
also states that I have the right to do my own letter brief.
Yes, you do.
So petitioner may file a letter brief explaining why the evidence does not support the juvenile court's findings.
Okay, well then that's the brief. That's the letter you should write. You don't have an attorney helping you on this?
Not on the appeals portion. I have a court appointed, but the court appointed is the same one that was in my first case. Not the same person, but the same law firm.
Mm-hmm.
And the original case that I got wrapped up in, when that went to appeals, I never got any of this information, so I never did my state appeal. It was denied right off the bat because I never got a chance to have a say.
Okay. Well, you should be having an attorney help you on this important letter brief. And it's unusual for the court to issue a stay like this. It seems to me things may be leaning in your favor. I haven't reviewed the record on appeal or anything like that, but what you're telling me is positive for you. The court still could decide for you or could decide against you. That's yet to be seen, and I think a lot of that's going to depend on what's in your letter brief.
Yeah, I was just assuming that whatever I had stated in court,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to be using the same notes I used for my oral brief, just back them up on the letter brief,
Right.
so that way it's same thing in writing.
Okay. That makes
Is
sense.
that a good way to go? Because
I haven't reviewed your record on appeal or your transcripts, so I really can't say. But based upon this short conversation, it seems like it's the way to go. If you want to talk more about it, give me a call at my office. When is your letter brief due?
It was 30 days from when they handed me down this, which was the 21st.
Of April?
So I have about 3 weeks.
Okay, then good. Call my office tomorrow, make an appointment to talk to me on Monday or Tuesday, and we'll get more in detail about what's going on in this case. See if we can pull this one out for you, okay?
Yeah, I previously called you from the hospital.
Oh.
1 minute.
I was actually having my son.
Oh, wow.
It just, there wasn't enough information for us to do anything.
Okay, make sure you have my telephone number. We're moving into our first break. It's 888-888-6582, 888-888-6582. Okay?
Yeah, I will give you a call tomorrow to set up an appointment.
Oh, and before I forget, call us back in 3 or 4 weeks and give us an update. Give our listeners an update on what's happening in your case, okay? I want to thank you for listening and thank you for calling in. We're going to take our first break.